For thousands of years, humanity has told stories of creatures that defied belief. Dragons that scorched the skies, sea serpents that crushed ships, giants, chimeras, and monsters that haunted the edge of maps. But what if these legends weren't just fantasy? What if they were distorted memories of real creatures, animals and fossils that once roamed the earth, seen through the eyes of ancient people? Today, we uncover the truth behind 12 mythical creatures that really existed. 1. Dragons. No creature is more universal than the dragon. From Chinese legends of wise serpentine dragons to European tales of fire-breathing beasts, dragons are everywhere. But their origin might not be magic at all. Ancient farmers and nomads often stumbled upon massive bones, fossils of dinosaurs. Without the knowledge of paleontology, what else could they think but that these belonged to terrible monsters? The dragon myth may be humanity's earliest attempt at understanding the age of giants. 2. Cyclops. The one-eyed Cyclops of Greek mythology, giant builders and fierce warriors, may have been born from an ancient misunderstanding. In Greece, paleontologists have found skulls of dwarf elephants. At the center of their skulls is a massive hole, not an eye socket, but the nasal cavity where the trunk once connected. To the ancient eye, though, it looked like the skull of a one-eyed giant. Thus, the Cyclops was born. 3. The Kraken. Sailors feared the Kraken, a sea monster so vast it could drag entire ships beneath the waves. But in reality, the legend likely comes from encounters with giant squid, which can grow more than 40 feet long. Imagine a sailor in the 1500s seeing a squid's tentacle rise from the deep. It's no wonder the story grew into a nightmare. 4. Griffins. The griffin, a hybrid beast with the body of a lion and the head of an eagle, was said to guard gold in the deserts of Central Asia. But researchers believe the myth came from fossilized skeletons of the dinosaur Protoceratops, discovered in the sands of the Gobi Desert. With a beak like a bird and 4 legs like a lion, it's easy to see how nomads imagined a creature that never truly existed. 5. Mermaids. For centuries, sailors swore they saw women of the sea, mermaids half human and half fish. Christopher Columbus even recorded seeing them. But most likely, these were encounters with manatees or dugongs. Seen from a distance, their rounded bodies and human-like movements in water could have fooled weary sailors longing for home. 6. Basilisk cockatrice. The basilisk, or cockatrice, was said to kill with just a glance. A serpent mixed with the body of a rooster, feared across Europe. In reality, the myth may have grown from exaggerated accounts of king cobras or even Komodo dragons, reptiles whose venom and size truly could kill. The gaze of death? Perhaps just the fixed, hypnotic stare of a predator. 7. Chimera. Greek mythology speaks of the chimera, a fire-breathing beast with the body of a lion, the head of a goat, and the tail of a snake. But fossils often confuse even modern scientists. Ancient shepherds may have found jumbled remains of lions, goats, and serpents buried together. To their minds, it could only mean one thing: a terrifying hybrid beast. 8. Thunderbird. Among Native American legends is the Thunderbird, a bird so massive that its wings brought storms. Modern science suggests these tales may trace back to real giants, like the Argentavis or Teratorns, massive prehistoric birds with wingspans over 20 feet. Even rare sightings of condors could have fueled the myth. To early people, these birds truly looked supernatural. 9. Werewolves. Across Europe, legends of men turning into wolves filled the night. but the truth may lie in a mix of nature and disease. Rabies caused wolf-like behavior in humans. Some rare conditions like hypertrichosis caused abnormal hair growth. Combined with real wolf attacks, the myth of the werewolf was inevitable. 10. Unicorns. The unicorn, a symbol of purity, is one of history's most beloved mythical creatures, but its origins may be stranger than the legend. Ancient travelers brought tales of one-horned beasts, rhinoceroses, and oryx. Meanwhile, narwhal tusks were sold as genuine unicorn horns for kings and collectors. The unicorn may never have existed, but its parts certainly did. 11. Sea serpents. For centuries, sailors drew long snake-like monsters on their maps. Sea serpents were thought to patrol the endless oceans. But many of these tales may come from real creatures like the oarfish, which can grow up to 30 feet long. Its long silver body rising from the deep at night would look like nothing less than a sea monster. 12. Leviathan. The Leviathan, an apocalyptic sea monster mentioned in the Bible, was said to cause chaos at the end of the world. But in reality, it may have been inspired by whales. Ancient people encountered sperm whales, massive and violent when harpooned. The sea itself seemed alive, thrashing and roaring. To early sailors, this was no animal. It was Leviathan. These creatures remind us of something profound. Myths are not always pure fantasy. They are humanity's way of explaining the unknown, piecing together fossils, encounters, and fears into stories that survive for thousands of years. And sometimes, those stories are closer to the truth than we imagine. Which of these creatures do you believe may still be lurking, hidden in the shadows of our world?